Welcome back, everybody. This is Kevin with Arnold Prints. Today, we're going to talk about squeegees. Wants to know what squeegees are in the arsenal, what are we using, and what's out there. So there's a bunch of different brands. So today we're going to talk about some new guys out in the field here. This is called the Easy Grip Squeegee. How this works, this is basically a pusher's dream, okay? So it has ergonomic handles that basically you go into an upright position like this. So this is the funny thing. I'm a weightlifter. This makes sense ergonomically to me. Why is that? Power can be driven and delivered by using the upper muscles, the triceps and the biceps with a push. You're going to use your lats, push into the board. So if you have a white ink that's hard to push, this is going to give you an amazing amount of force. And also, by holding it like this, you're not going to get fatigued and tired, okay? So the other ones use almost like a screwdriver type maneuver that actually can give you sore hands and wrists that can actually lead to carpal tunnel. So this design is awesome. This is a green one, actually made by Ryanette. The original is actually a yellow color, and this thing is just, it's awesome. It's made of like a hard plastic that's very easy to clean. It's not like wood that's very porous. You can just wipe things right off of this. It has basically a handle that's in the middle so you can actually flood. So it's almost like a cleaning card. It's kind of cool. So easy to flood, no problem. It's nicely centered. Squeegee, you saw me. I just pulled this thing out. So cleanup, guys. Awesome. Awesome with this thing. Pull the thing right out. Wipe the blade down, do whatever you gotta do. Throw it in your dip tank, throw this in the dip tank, shake it off, clean it, and you're done. And what you're gonna do is slide it right back in here and reposition it, and that's it. It's done, it's clean. Put it on the shelf, it's a great tool. I mean, it's awesome. We use these things daily. I mean, since we've converted over to these, white ink is a dream, guys. Absolute dream. I don't get tired doing my under bases. If you're doing a double pass in the under base or whatnot, this thing is going to save you. Your hands fit easily right onto this little structure here. You can push, drive the energy into it. And best of all, we've all done this. I'm so guilty of this. The squeegees. Ever dropped it in the ink and you have just ink all over this thing? Total rookie move, right? This thing, not going to happen. Why is that? You see these little rods out here? This isn't some home protection device. If somebody comes into your business and you're going to gouge your eyeballs out. I know some of you tactical Marines and whatnot were thinking that. But it could be used for that. This is made for, actually, if it tips over. So if it tips over on your screen here, just going to bring the screen down, get some other squeegees here. So it tips over, it's just going to do that. So awesome device. It'd be like this orientation when you're printing. Just fall over. You're only going to have a little bit of ink on these tips here. That's it. You wipe them off. Super easy. This thing's not sliding all up and down the board and craziness. Same thing too. Oh gosh, I dropped it the other way. Guess what? You got the scorecard here to grab it, and you have the little plastic tips there to catch it. Simple, guys. So simple. This thing is awesome. The only thing I would like to see on these, critique-wise, is to have these holes filled up. You can't get ink in them. It's almost near impossible to clean these without some kind of wire brush or something like that. I'm trying to think our yellow ones, I can't remember. They might have actually had a cover for it, but that's the only thing I can think of. You know, if they had a cover over here, it'd make the most sense. Just have it, you know, filled over, smooth, just like this material here. So only, you know, real critique on this. The other thing I've seen with this is you got to think about, you know, I'm a pretty strong guy. I'm pushing this blade. I mean, I'm driving some power, man. We're putting down the power to the mesh there. So what can happen is actually by pushing, I'm driving, right? What's going to happen? Your hands tend to go towards the center as you come up. So with this, you can actually bend a little bit and give flex here. So what I do see sometimes is there's actually more pressure on the outside than the center. So you have to kind of learn how to use this squeegee a little bit. It does have a little bit of a learning curve with that aspect. The other thing I've seen people do is actually take the squeegee out here. They'll put a little piece of tape on here, and that'll actually give it a little stiffening action and keep it a little bit more centered so it doesn't have flex in it. So that's really the only critique I could say about this, you know, downside. Other than that, I mean, your arms feel great. You're not eating ibuprofen at the end of the night. I mean, it's a great piece of tool. You can get them off of Amazon. I'll post the links there. Great tool. This one just happens to be cool looking green I bought. It's from Ryanette. They do make a yellow one with, you know, whatever durometers that you want. Like I said, you can just take these out, replace them. Or the cool part too is you just take it out, flip it right back. You know, so you can almost get double use out of your squeegees. All right, guys, on to the next of the arsenal here. So this is an oldie but goodie, right? So this one here actually came with this press I bought from an older gentleman who's been screen printing basically since like the 80s. It's supposed to be ergonomic, which somewhat it is. If you look, it has this kind of motion. I actually just got some ink on my finger there. That's awesome. So this one has a motion of like a screwdriver. They'll say you're holding like this. So you're going to have, you know, pushing or pulling, which this does help. It's made of metal, so it actually is very rigid. It doesn't have that bending method that we talked about. This one's not bad. The only thing after a while is the metal does kind of rub on the hand, and it can give you a blister. It does have a little ramp here for the fingers, which is nice to kind of get that, you know, nice pressure in. It doesn't have basically any knurls that come off that help it from stop falling in the ink. It does have a center groove here though. And this one is basically has like a guide rod you could feed through. So it would feed through the grooves here, which I'll see if I can get it to kind of sit here. It would feed through the groove just like that. And if it fell on the screen, this would catch on the screen. You do have to buy the rod separate. I do have Ergo Force, which is another one that's very similar to this. And these actually do work for the Ergo Force. Like I said, this is kind of an old school version. The blades do pull out of this one as well too. I wouldn't say pull them out for cleaning just because they're very hard to pull out. I have to do it with pliers. But as far as if you're changing blades or want to flip them, you can do it with this. All right, guys. So the next one here is the Ergo Force. A lot of you guys have these in the shop. This is basically made out of a lightweight aluminum, which is awesome. Lightweight aluminum means you can move it all day. This has what they almost call the screwdriver type technique. These run about, I think it was about $48 with the squeegee durometer in there. It basically comes apart. So it has different bolts here. You can unscrew the bolts and actually put in a new blade or tighten it. Or if you need to clean it, you do unscrew them and you can take it out. It's kind of a pain in the butt, not as easy as the Easy Grip, but it does work. The nice thing I like about this one is it cleans up very well. So this thing is made out of aluminum. It wipes down like a dream. A little bit of screen clean on there and just your ink gone. It's nowhere on there, you know. So this thing's great. The other thing too is it's a very solid piece. I mean, it's very solid. I mean, I'm like I said, a strong guy. I'm not bending this thing. It's got no flex. It's putting down some good pressure. So it doesn't matter if you're a pusher or a puller. It's a great piece. Doesn't really chafe the inner sides of my fingers. It does kind of have a little gnarl, sort of bend down on the grip here, so it doesn't really hit your hands too bad. It does give you a little fatigue in the wrists after a while. Like I said, the Easy Grip's got that ergonomic. It makes sense. It makes sense, guys. So you can get these Ryanette, really any screen print store. They're all over the place. There's knockoffs. Like I said, they're around probably about 45 bucks. So check them out. All right, so that's the Ergo Force. All right, this one also has an add-on. So it's got the, I almost want to call it the ramrod, but we're going to call this basically the stiff rod that goes through. So it basically feeds through the inner channel, and you can put 2 of them on, so it stops it from falling forward or back. So we'll show you how that works. So basically you're squeegeeing, you know, you make a rookie move, up, you dropped it. What happens? It's going to catch it on the screen here. Only downside is you only have 1 ramrod in, and guess what? You just got ink all over the front of this bad boy. So you have to buy a second one to put in the front and back. That is the one biggest design flaw of this device, is you have to buy 2 rods. You got to store them, you got to put them in. This thing could poke your eye out, you know, bust a hole in your screen. But I mean, it works great for one area, but it absolutely stinks for the next. So decent device, but got flaws. Like I said, so far that Easy Grip has been a solid device. This one is good if you're not, you know, bad at dropping, you know, your squeegee in the ink. This is a great product, but if you got to use these little rods here, forget it. Just go with the Easy Grip. Save your money, save your time, and save your wrist. All right, guys, and the last one. This is your everyday squeegee. So this is made of wood. It has basically parts, I don't even know if you can replace them. I've never done it. You might be able to. You might be able to pull the blade out. You know, mine looks like it's semi-sealed in there. I honestly don't think I would be able to get another blade in, because this wood would either crack or it just would not flex enough to get the blade in there. But this thing has a blade in here. It has porous wood. Whoever came up with this idea was just trying to punish us. As you can see, there is just ink all over this thing. It's horrible. This thing, think about it. Wood on your hand equals what, guys? A splinter. A splinter or a blister. I mean, come on. It's like doing lawn work with this thing. It just rubs everything. I mean, it's not even sanded down. I mean, come on, guys. This is old technology. You get these, you know, just use them till the blade's done, and then just toss the thing, man. You know, if you guys are really adamant about using these, pro tip on these is you can actually take a little bit of tape, and I do this before, you know, we set up the job here. Take some tape here, and basically what you're going to do is go to the blade and basically just ride right up to the edge, move it down, and just tape it. All right, so you see this? You just tape the wood. Why is that? The wood is porous, the tape is not. So if you get ink up to this edge here, just take the tape off and you're done cleaning. That's simple, guys. Come on now. So another pro tip. If you're really keeping these things around, which I don't recommend it, what you can do is actually take like a clear coat or a varnish, any kind of wood sealant, seal these things. It'll be super slick. You know, who knows how it'll feel in your hand, maybe a little bit better because it's not rubbing regular wood. But the best part is you can wipe it clean almost like it was aluminum. And then once the blade is done, what do? You toss it away. That's it, guys. Those are the squeegees. Check the links down below. Again, the best one that we like is the Easy Grip Ergonomic Push-In. I mean, this thing is just a blasting thing. It just, all day long. Come on, guys, come on. Super light. It's a great tool. You know, just got to get used to working with this thing. Get one of these. Get the Ergo Force, you know, squeegees as well too. Those are great. Easy cleanup. I mean, these are basically your 2 go-to squeegees for manual presses. Absolutely, these are the best that I've come across, and definitely say the Easy Grip here is an absolute winner. Make sure you get some, guys. This is Kevin with Arnold Prints. Thank you, everybody, for all your subscriptions, And make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, give a thumbs up, and hit us up with some comments. We'll give you feedback as soon as we can. Thanks, guys. Take care.